Hi, everybody. Welcome to It's Busy. Here we go. Hi, everybody. It's Busy. It is episode 570. Oh, my goodness gracious. And my bestie, I'm so excited, is back. Becky Shipos.
Hello. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be back.
I'm so glad you're here. And this has been a big week for you, hasn't it?
It has. Back to school yesterday for my three kids. So mix of excitement and nervousness, but they all had a great day. So, and getting ready for everything and all the papers that need to be signed, the lunch boxes packed, and changes. New season.
It's a new season. And
Mhm.
having friendship is like so big right
Mhm.
now, I think, because so many people, especially post pandemic, and I'm doing air quotes if you're listening to this, and people not having those friendships are so important.
Mhm.
So many changes go around like right now. So many changes. I mean, the
Yeah.
kids are leaving. And I love, before we started recording, Becky was saying how her oldest daughter said to her, like, we aren't doing posters this year. And you're like, no, we're done. We're just doing our fingers. And I love that because
Yeah.
sometimes we try to do all this stuff for social media. Like, how
Mhm.
many likes can I get? But
Yep.
it wasn't about their likes. It was about them being safe and feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm going back to school because it's such
Mhm.
a scary time for them, isn't it?
Yes, scary and just a new surroundings, new teachers, new people in their class, new environment. Um, but I would definitely say that the excitement surpassed any fear, which is great.
Isn't that amazing? Because
Yeah.
we live in a society with so much fear. And what happened in Minnesota last week at that
Mhm.
school, and your kids do go to parochial school, they go to Catholic school.
They do. Yep.
So I'm
Yep.
sure those fears, did they present themselves to any of you guys?
Um, Well, I did not feel it yesterday they actually took the bus yesterday morning and the bus comes super early. They all woke up so early, which is unlike them. That's how, hence I said the excitement surpassing the fear. But did that, no. I mean, we got a communication from the principal last week about it. Um, but that fear wasn't felt, thanks be to God. Yeah, it was definitely more of a happy day, a welcome back.
Isn't it great?
Hmm. Hmm.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
And I think because we're such good friends, I know yesterday when we were talking, which
Mhm,
people, I don't know if everybody out there does this, but I still even remember on Crazy 9/11, which is coming up like that day,
mhm.
Henry being in the baby stroller.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I remember when we were talking in the beginning, your
Mhm.
baby Kyla, who is just, I love all three of your kids so, 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 so much, but she is just this energy that is just
Mhm.
like on fire. I mean,
Yes.
she it's like, I mean, since she was that age, I remember her
Yeah.
going and you'd be pushing her in her stroller and she'd be like,
Mhm.
I don't want to be in this stroller. I want to
Yes,
walk. And you'd be
yes.
like, you can't walk right
I
now.
know. She would, like, hold me up. I'm like, "You can't." But, yes, she's definitely, a fireball. She's definitely has comes with some special traits that have certainly gifted our family.
But
Um
she's now in first grade. And that
Mhm.
like that's such a change from like, okay, you can't walk right now because you're only going to walk like 1 foot a month.
Yes, yes, and I'm like, "Here," it's like my exercise time, and she's like, just strolling along. But
Filling the
yes.
daisies.
Yes, exactly. Smelling the roses, which she certainly has reminded me to do. But yeah, it's so crazy going from pushing her in a stroller to, and even kindergarten, it's like a little bit more babyish to like, first grade, like homework and all. I just feel like it's definitely a leap. And I know I'm going to look back and be like, oh, first grade was a baby. I know that. But yes, it's just crazy how it just creeps up on you.
And time goes by so
It's
fast.
you and I talk about that all the time. It goes by so, that's why, I'm just so grateful for the program that we're in that has taught me, like, just get back to the moment, take it all in. Like, the last couple of weeks leading up to, the end of summer, leading up to the beginning of school, I just found myself so many times. I think I was on the phone with you the other day, My other two were at a friend's house at the pool, and Kyla wanted to go to the pool by herself. And I was like, okay. I took her to the pool, just me and her. And all she wanted to do was, the water was really, really cold. So she just wanted to snuggle. And I'm just so grateful to have a program that teaches me, like, that's what's important. That's
Yeah,
what's important. I want, it's just to take it in because I don't know how much longer she wants to snuggle and lay on my lap at the pool, but I will certainly take it. I think she's the one that's taught me most of all how fast the time goes.
it's so crazy. And you know what? With when you just brought up like a 12-step program,
Mm-hmm.
for me and you, I think I don't want to speak for you, but I want to get your
Uh-huh.
thoughts on this. It's like we went there to learn how to live because our ism is in our head. It has
Yes.
nothing to do about the drink or the drug or anything else,
Right.
really.
Absolutely.
And we
Mm-hmm.
learn how to live out in this world. We're not supposed to go, at least for us, and I'm only going to
Mm-hmm.
speak for me and then you get to speak. But it wasn't about like going and being like, oh my gosh, this is who I am as my identity. Like I fit in a box. Like I don't think any of us fit in a box, like at the doctor's office, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm married, check. I'm
Yes.
Catholic, check.
Yes.
I'm this, check.
Right. Right.
No, we're humans, right?
Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, the program that we have grown in over time has certainly equipped me to live and interact with so many different personalities, so many different people, walks of life, and to engage people with no judgment. So it opens up a whole new world,
That's the
you know?
biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing because I feel like a lot of people today, we all walk around thinking that we're being judged and realizing like AA has taught me live and let live, which is like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Live, I always remind myself of that one. And you and I have talked about this a lot is like the longer you're in this program, at least for me, the less I know. I can remember getting sober and being in this treatment center and they had like family week and stuff and I'm like, okay, this is the step I'm going to be on by the time my family gets here so I can make amends. And oh my gosh, if I only knew then what I know now, but it takes time. And I've said this before on your podcast, time takes time. I never understood that, but I certainly do today. But the longer I'm around, the more narrow the beam, but the bigger my world.
For sure.
It's
For
just, yeah.
For sure. And learning what a friendship is about. Like
Mhm.
that's so big, because
Yes, it's huge. I mean, you encounter so many different walks of life in AA. I mean, like they say, from Yale to jail and everything in between. So, like, nothing surprises me. And there, but for the grace of God, go I. Like, there's so many people who have told their stories inside this program and outside. Lots of moms that I've spoken to that I've become friends with at my kids' school. Everybody has a story. You don't have to be in AA to have a beginning, what it was like then, what happened and what it's like now. All of us have that. And it's such a gift to be able to listen to people inside and outside the program, what it was like, what happened and what it's like now. How'd you get to the other side? How does it feel on the other side? Um, I feel like the more work you do, the more people cross your path and share that, you know? Um,
yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I think that
mhm.
the one thing that I also have been sitting here thinking about is like the inside job. Like it's
Yeah.
totally, I feel like we live in a society right now that's all about the lips and the butt.
Yeah.
As I mentioned on my podcast a couple weeks ago, I was in an ice cream store and I swear
Yeah.
the
I
lady
heard you
looked
say
like a
that.
character. She looked like a character
Yeah.
that you saw in like a cartoon because she had the lips
Mhm.
that were looked like fish lips, and then
Yeah.
she had the boobs that were like flotation device. She's ready for a flood, and then
Yeah.
she had the waist that was like Betty Boop, which
Yes.
is like unattainable, and then
Yeah.
she had the butt that was like Kim Kardashian or something, and
Yeah.
then and I'm like. Oh my gosh, what's your inside like? And I did not learn that inside job thing until I came into the 12-step program.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, it's like and you can see somebody like that, and I can see, like, she is me and I am her
Right.
because more it doesn't matter what it is, it's more, more. It's never enough, just like one filler on your lip, not enough, gotta get more, to the point of, like, unmanageability. Like, her appearance sounds like it was just a little bit unmanageable. Um, so that no judgment, like, I'm sure when you saw her at Baskin Robbins, you were just like, There but for the grace of God go I. Like
Oh my
this
gosh,
that
I
can
just prayed
manifest.
for her, I smiled at her,
Yeah.
and I was like, because we as a society, we have like the outside. And so
Yeah.
having a relationship with a friend where you're not, it's not about like, okay, what jeans did you buy this
Yep.
week? Did you get the
Yep.
did you get the newest jeans? Did you get the newest
Yes.
lipstick?
Yeah.
It's
It's
more
not about
about,
that at all.
no, it's
Mm-mm.
about the inside stuff.
Mhm. And I think when you're continuing to work on that inside stuff, you radiate an energy that cannot be bought in a store. You know, it certainly cannot. And so you radiate this energy and you in turn attract people who, did you buy that glow in a bottle? No. I put pen to paper, cleaned house, brought up all of the stuff that was making me feel yucky on the inside with another person who listened without judgment. And I continued to do that and then, seek God in the process. And also try to live on the beam each day so I don't have to like clean up every day and make amends. You know what I mean? Like, oh gosh, I messed up again, and not have to react to everything
So
because we
did
are so powerless.
Oh, for sure. And did you
Mhm.
by chance see on Tucker Carlson's show, he had on this doctor that
Mhm.
talked about that light inside of us like you just described,
Yeah.
right? That
Uh-huh.
gene that you light up inside that you don't that works on from doing this stuff, like
Oh
worrying
yeah.
about like less about what's going on in my head, but what's going on in my heart.
Yeah.
And when you light that gene, it
Mhm.
keeps you healthy forever.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree. Um, the more you work on it and you feel that freedom, which takes time, the more it becomes a working part of the mind. I think it says that in the big book, a working part of the mind. Like I just each day just self-seeking, getting quiet. It's like the more chaos that's around me, the quieter I get, which you would think would be the reverse, you
Yeah,
know?
tell us about that because I know, especially moved into a new neighborhood and you have all
Mhm.
these kids at your house 24/7.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I mean, it's just joy all day long. But
It
I can
is.
hear it some days and they're like,
Yes.
Miss Shipos, Miss
I
Shipos.
know.
And you're like, oh my gosh, I just went and went to the
Yeah.
grocery store. Everything I bought is gone
All
already.
the Pirates booty's gone again. Yeah.
Yeah. And staying in a place of just joy and
Mhm.
gratitude rather
Mhm.
than, oh my God, you know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
And
For
complaining because I
sure.
never hear you complaining about it, which is like
Mm-mm.
such a gift. And
Mhm.
how do you do that? How do you not
Because
complain?
my husband and I are so overjoyed to have all these kids in our house all the time. I'm so overjoyed that they seriously like walk in. And I am just like, this is the home. Thank you, God. You have me where you need me because this is what I've always wanted. I always wanted to be that house for people. We don't have the best toys. We don't live in a mansion, but it's filled with people all the time. And I tell them that they can go into my, I just, stock it with easy little things, but I don't get um, bothered by it or react to it because it's truly a dream come true. Because if I was in my alcoholism or any of my other addictions, I'd be, thinking about when I can get it, how much more can I get it, who do I need to steal from to get it, and then I'd be passed out on the floor, and my kids would probably be like, first of all, I wouldn't have them, but if I did have kids in my addiction, if I relapsed, it would just destroy everything. So it's just a pure dream come true. I'm just so thankful to
So,
have a full house.
and when you have that house, what do you think is like, if you were to say one thing that you do
Hmm.
that you find is so helpful to help you stay in this place of gratitude and not the place of self destruction. If you were to tell some other person that's listening to
Hmm.
this, what is it you do that
Hmm.
makes you not? Because you guys, she doesn't live in a mansion by any stretch. And,
Yeah.
her and her husband both work. And,
Hmm.
you have enough treats that the kids make it. They have
Hmm.
the night, you have the backpacks and all the rest of that stuff that
Yeah.
everybody wants you to have.
Yep.
But what do you think attributes to you staying on the beam?
It's the easier, softer way. It's, I realize more and more with time that I've been given this gift and I don't need to just necessarily share it with people in AA for people who are trying to get sober. I can easily share it with these children who I don't know what home they are from. I mean, I know their parents, but you never know what's going on in somebody's home. So I feel honestly just so grateful that I can be the mom that they come to, that the house they want to come to, and they come in and they get snacks. And I didn't grow up in a home like that. So to be able to actually watch the cycle be broken, it gets broken already. I'm not breaking it, it's broken.
It's just
And so to see
huge.
that firsthand, yeah, and I see it, and you and I talk about this a lot. I see it a lot. Like last night, Kyla had her first hip hop class, and she was so excited. And I shared this with you earlier today. She was so excited, and Vince had baseball, so Ruby came with me, and we walk in and we see girls that are like Ruby's age, who's like 9, and I'm like, "Are we in the right class?" And the teacher came out and she's like, "You are." So Kyla was like the youngest by a stretch, and Ruby turned around and was like, "You got this, sissy. You've got it." And Kyla just walked right in. So again, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, broken, cycle broken." This child walked in fearlessly, and she had her big sister be able to step up and be like, "You got this," and embrace her when she was done.
So
But hmm
because I'm so close to you, I want to share
yeah,
with you guys that are out
yeah,
there, because I want her to share one thing, her tip, which I think she hasn't talked about, but I know is one of the best things that you do in your life, which is you walk with your husband a lot.
a
And
lot.
and I think that because of that connection and communication the two of
hmm
you have,
hmm
that helps you to stay in a place of gratitude
Yes.
rather than a state of like, oh my gosh, I'm comparing.
Yeah.
You and him, you talk about not only with me, but
hmm
with him, what's
hmm
really going on in your house
Yeah.
and everything that's going on in your life.
Yep.
So that brings you to these times of peace and serenity
Yes.
when it is the end of the day at 3 o'clock or
Yeah.
3:20 when they
Yes.
walk in the door. Would
Yep.
you agree with that?
100%. 100%. It's to have an outlet, talk to somebody who doesn't judge, a close friendship, somebody who's there who, you can be your authentic self. You can disagree with, you can love them for where they are, encourage them when they're up or down. Because I think, yeah, so my relationship with you and that openness and that honesty and that authenticity certainly infiltrates into my marriage, which in turn infiltrates into my children and all of their friends.
Right?
So yeah, I would definitely say walking is a huge form of self-care, just getting out and looking at the clouds and listening to the birds and realizing that we're just such a small piece of something so much bigger. It sounds so like cliche and so, whatever, but it's a huge tool for me.
And yourself, and that is your self-care, because I
Yes.
mentioned on my podcast, on the podcast on Monday, on
hmm
Tuesday, sorry, now I'm doing it on Tuesday instead of Monday.
Yeah.
Again, every day, what day is today?
I
Anyway,
know.
what base am I on?
Yeah.
But the walking is huge, and your
Yeah.
self-care, like making
Yes.
sure you're not just on a plane when they say put the oxygen mask on you first.
hmm 100%. The whole walking thing is like, we started to leave our kids, they stay home on the weekends when my husband and I do like a long walk. And it's just part of our everyday life. Like they anticipate it now. It's like no questions asked. And I look forward to, like, I've had my kids come with me sometimes, like they'll be on the scooter or the bike, but it's such a great time just to like have a conversation. Like if my son's on his bike, like he's looking straight ahead, I'm looking straight ahead, and we can just talk.
Uh-huh.
And I've started that young because I think that's such a great tool to have in your tool belt as you go through middle school and high school, and friendships change and evolve, and you change and evolve. um, I feel like moving and talking is like I can't. I feel like every time I talk to you, which is extensively, we're both either on walks. It's like
Yeah.
I feel like I process things better.
And
Um,
it doesn't cost any money, does it?
It doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, there's lots of nice sneakers out there, but it does not cost any money, and those weighted vests. But it's so funny because we live right. You said like they don't live in a mansion, but I feel like it is.
Of course.
I feel like it's like a castle because we live next to this trail. Like I've told you
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
and now we had people over last weekend, and all of them were like, "What is this trail? What is this trail that's right next to you guys?" So now there's a walking group starting on Friday mornings. you know, So it's like spreading the good news. Like this walking thing, it's just you feel like you solve the world's problems by the end, you know? And it's interesting how when you walk with friends, you're able to it really brings a sense of vulnerability
Yeah.
rather than just sitting. And you know what I mean? It just really I don't know, I feel like it opens up more.
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Beck,
Yeah.
thank you so much for this week. It's been amazing. You
Yeah.
guys, if you are out there, please reach out to me at elizabeth@elizabethchance.com and I will pass your message to Becky. You
Yes.
also will put Becky's email on there on the description. But I love your vulnerability. I love your
Yes.
truth.
And
I
I love
love
yours. Yep.
I love that we get to go through this thing called life together.
I
And
know.
if you guys are out there, reach out to somebody. You can reach out to us. You don't have to be
Yes.
alone. Elizabeth@elizabethchance.com. If you want to get my newsletter, go to elizabethchance.com. You'll be prompted. It will come
It's
into
an
your
amazing newsletter. Make sure you get it.
Oh my gosh, thank
I
you
look
so
forward to it
much.
every Friday. Mhm.
And you guys, the picture that's along with this podcast is of Becky's 3 kids on their first day of school. And it's so exciting. I'm like so excited for them. And I can't wait to talk about hip hop more. Okay. Can we
I
please
know.
talk
Me
about hip
too.
hop?
Maybe we'll have her on to do some moves.
Yeah, exactly. I'd love it. I'd love it.
All right.
Well, you
Thanks for
guys,
having me.
thank you for being here. And if you like, please subscribe. It will mean the world to me to subscribe wherever you're watching or listening to this podcast. And until next time, take care and know this, you are not alone. Thanks for listening. And please subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast. Or if you're watching me on YouTube, press subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.